Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. Great to have you along today, 5:44 a.m. It is Sunday, March the 30th. Itchy nose with the big blue mug of coffee. I hope you don't get tired of my mug. It's always with me in the morning. Thanks for giving the channel so much love. Yesterday's video, I just looked here, Things Aren't So Rosy in the Carney campaign has over 70,000 views. Thanks so much for that. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, just click on it right there, and maybe we'll get up to, I think, 22,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. So I don't know that you're like me. I'm just a guy in my basement, okay? I've been talking about politics for a long time. I'm no expert. I don't sit all day. I've mentioned before, all day following this stuff. I don't. I just kind of keep my eye on what's going on. And you're probably like me. You swing one way. Like yesterday, I was swinging to the right. You know, I put some video of Poilievre and his rally in Surrey, rally in Windsor, all these people showing up, showing love for Pierre Poilievre, and you feel really good about things. And then you swing back to the left the next day, you see the projected seat count, you see the polling numbers, and you think, oh my God, things are horrible right now. I feel like I'm back and forth on a daily basis. Now, why aren't so many people going out to the Carney campaign? You may wonder. You see so many people on the ground going to see Poilievre, very few out at Carney's campaign rallies. Why is that? Because the people who are voting for him, who have lost their minds, are off their brain medicine, folks, okay? And they're worried that if they go out of the house, they'll break their hips. That's the situation. No, I'm just joking, but it really is discouraging. And I'm in a discouraging spot again today, where I felt better yesterday with my video. So people are trying to come up with a solution for Pierre Poilievre, and I've got a solution that nobody's talking about right now. And I'm going to use a liberal game plan against Mark Carney, and Poilievre should follow my advice. So let's just take a look at what Viva Fry said on X. I'm seeing a lot of this on X. All of the pundits, all of the experts on politics are saying a similar thing. Fry here is saying, imagine being Donald Trump imposing tariffs on Canada, and in so doing, giving the biggest layup to Pierre Poilievre, where all Pierre had to say was, if it weren't for the Liberals, we wouldn't have these tariffs. But instead, Pierre says, if it weren't for Trump, we wouldn't have these tariffs. Okay, so let's go back to March the 9th. Now, that day may ring a bell with you. That's the day the Liberals chose Mark Carney as the leader. Now, I did this video prior to the vote on March 9th. And here's what Pierre Poilievre was saying on that day. I'm not sure it was exactly that day. It was probably within the week, but he was on the right track on March the 9th. Okay, so watch this video.
Since President Trump first threatened these tariffs almost exactly 100 days ago, the Liberals have done precisely nothing to make us more self-reliant. They continue to make us weak. We have the anti-pipeline law, C-69, still in place, the carbon tax still in place, the threat of a capital gains tax increase on our investors still in place. Not one tax has been cut, not one regulation has been removed, not one step has been taken to give permission to our incredible businesses and workers to build things in this country. And so we are in a position of weakness, not only after 100 days of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals, but after 10 years.
Poilievre, at that point, was on the right track. He was saying what Viva Fry suggested just yesterday. And I'm going to get to what I've been saying forever on here. But notice that the Liberals have been listening to Poilievre. He said they haven't got rid of one tax. He mentions the carbon tax and the capital gains tax. They're gone. Now, don't get into the carbon tax. I understand it's not legally gone, but they're gone. In the minds of the brain medicine people and the hip people, it means nothing to them. It's Donald Trump. Fry's right. He needs to go after the Liberals. It's their fault. We're in trouble with Donald Trump. Notice he mentions the anti-pipelines law in there, C-69. That's still in place. Some foreshadowing here on one of my solutions for Pierre Poilievre. Here's what I've been saying forever on this channel. And, you know, I said it so many times, I would apologize for it. I was saying this over and over and over again, and it almost became a crutch on this channel, but I still believe it today. I must have said it 20 times on this channel. Same video, immediately after what Pierre Poilievre just said, I said this. We cannot give these people 4 more years. They are the architects of Canada's destruction over the last 10 years. They're the very same people. I call the liberals the architects of our destruction, and that is true. I've said it so many times here. You know it, I know it. That's why you're voting conservative. You have a memory. You think logically. The people who are voting for the liberals are thinking emotionally. It's Donald Trump's fault. Trump, I did a video on this the other day, didn't get a lot of views. I put it in at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you can go back and watch it. Donald Trump is the symptom. The liberals are the disease. So Poilievre needs to do what Viva Fry says and so many other people, and I've been saying all along, you know it as well. That's why you're voting conservative. You can remember 10 years. The hip people and the brain medicine people, they're not there right now. So go after that. But there's another place where he can hit Mark Carney. The reason why we're so weak is because the liberals haven't been doing this. It's because of Mark Carney. Because he's been advising Trudeau. What's that? Getting our crap out of the ground. We are we should be one of the richest countries in the world, but our GDP is right at the bottom. It's because of net zero. And that's who Mark Carney is. He's made billions of dollars for Brookfield and other companies over the years. He's been advising people. His GFANS organization, the Glasgow Financial Alliance for Net Zero, was about divesting from oil and gas. It's cost Canada hundreds of billions of dollars in investment. It's who he is. Look on the screen right now. Some of you may recognize this. There's 13 rules on the screen. This is Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals, and the left uses this to go after their opponents. I've highlighted number 4, make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. It stuns me that net zero and has not been mentioned much in this election campaign. I haven't heard much out of Poilievre's mouth about Mark Carney, who is Mr. Net Zero. Make him live up to his own book of rules. Denounce net zero. Canada, if you look on the screen again, has committed to net zero emissions by 2050. Poilievre needs to come out and say, with the current situation with the United States, Donald Trump, drill baby drill, giving up on the Paris Accord, Canada is no longer going to be a net zero country. We're going to get our stuff out of the ground, ship it around the world, and allow them to become more environmentally friendly, if you care about that, and make Mark Carney denounce net zero. He's not going to do it. He keeps talking about developing our resources, sitting down with the premiers, getting an energy corridor across the country. He's not going to do that. He doesn't give a damn about what's going on here in the West. That old saying's been popping up. I've been hearing it the last couple of days. Screw the West. We'll take the rest. That's all the votes out east. That's all he needs. Make him denounce net zero. And if he doesn't, go after him relentlessly. It's his Achilles heel. Make him live up to his own book of rules. That's where I think we need to go. I'm stunned it hasn't been mentioned very much in this campaign. I sent out an invitation this morning to talk to somebody you probably know about this particular issue because it's huge. It's one of the number one things I think about when I think about this election campaign because I live in Alberta. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, okay? Subscribe to the channel, onward to 25,000. Let's get there. Ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.